Hi everyone, welcome to another live stream. Happy to see you all as always. Hi. Let me know as always if the music is loud enough, and I will change it as per your liking. I have a kind of meditative playlist, some ambient sounds today, so it could be that it's a little bit silent or something like that. So please let me know if you can hear it well. What? Oh, I accidentally played a video on YouTube. I'm sorry, everyone. Let me see who is here. Hi, Glyph. Thank you for coming today. Hi, Lan. I wonder if you bought the cake and coffee for today's live stream. So happy to see all the familiar faces. I feel like these kind of live streams are really something special and cozy, especially now that we're doing them every week. I think it's just a great space to connect, and I'm so grateful that we get to do this. I have to say this every time, but it is really making me relaxed every time, and especially by the end of the live stream. Sometimes during the live stream I don't notice it because there's so many things to think about and so many things to take care of. like the screens and everything, but after the live stream I always feel pretty much at peace. So I'm so happy that we are doing this. I think these boxes that I'm putting on the screen are a little bit smaller now. Maybe I can make them bigger. But hi Yasmin, hi Adrienne, hi Lee, hi Bettina and Patricia, and hi Kat. So today's theme for the live stream are daily reflections, and I've already written a couple of things, a short text about daily reflections and what that actually means. And I thought that we could spend some time together today and make a daily reflection spread in our digital journals. So first thing, before I say anything about our today's theme, I would love to show you some of the spreads that I chose from our Facebook group, and I'm going to show you the stamp that you will be getting for attending today's live stream. So let me see. There's also one thread or a post that I posted to our Facebook group where I asked you if I can share your spreads from our group, because our group is private and I don't want to share any spreads that you don't want to share to the public, because the group is obviously private. So I thought that before every live stream I can ask some of you for a permission. However, if sometimes I don't have time to ask you for a permission and you want your spreads to be shared in the live stream, you can find that thread, or I will just update it. I will comment on the thread in our Facebook group and you can just write if you approve it or not. I will try to make that thread active again so that I have more of your permissions. So in today's video I will be using some of the already mentioned products, like the tablet Mockup. I was planning on using it, but we'll see if we have time for it, because I wanted to add the final spread into my Mockup. And then another product that we will be using is the March Wonder Box. So this is a March Wonder Box and I need to use it. It's never enough, and it's already 14th of March, and in just a few days we have a new Wonder Box, which is crazy. I feel like I haven't used this Wonder Box enough, so I really want to use it today. And then I just wanted to quickly show you the current challenge in our Facebook group, which is March Gift. And you can get these freebies, these little cute fairies that I really love, and I think they're probably one of my favorite freebies that I posted, or at least the cutest ones. So if you joined our group, and even if you haven't, you can join our group now, our Facebook group. You can find the link in the description of this live stream, and you just need to post any kind of Indigo Healer spread using Indigo Healer products, and you will add the hashtag MarchGift 2024, and you will be getting the freebies in a couple of days or something like that. And this is the freebie for the most active members in our group. Last month, this is for February 2024, most active members. These are the freebies that they got. So the members of our group that shared the most spreads and interacted the most, shared the most valuable spreads, comments, and so on. You can read in one of the posts for most active members what is the requirements to be the most active member. And now I'm going to show you a few spreads that I really love. I mean, I love all of the spreads and it's really hard to choose. I just I don't even know how I choose these spreads. I just choose them even though I'm just never really I can't decide really well which I'm going to choose, but at the end I just choose them because I want to show you more and more spreads in this live stream. So this is the first one. This is by Beata. And I think this is so cool with the mockup inception. And like you can't even know how many layers of mockups is here. So I think this is really cool, really creative and really pretty. I think I'm not sure if Beata is here, but just wanted to let you know that this is really pretty and creative. I hope that you all also appreciate it if you haven't seen it in our group. And then the next spread is from Pavla. And I think this is really pretty how she showcased the freebies for February and March. I really love these frames combined with this grid. I've never thought of using it like this, and she always makes really creative spreads, and this is one of those. So I really like the stamp here and these freebies. I think it's really cool. And I'm always really impressed with the combination of elements that you all use, because I see so many combinations from our freebies and different products that I just even forget about. So it's just really magical to see all the spreads using the old freebies, the old products combined with the new ones, and so many infinite possibilities with the stickers. And next one is from Nicole. This is also the spread from our latest live stream, and I really like that she showed her group here and also the stamp, and I think the composition of this is really nice and all the elements look really nice. I love that this actually plant pot looks really big here, and I imagined it to be pretty small when I created it, so I really love to look at it like this, like a bigger pot. What product were those leaves from? The leaves are from the frame, so these leaves here are from this frame and they're in our frames bundle. Another spread from Casey, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name well, because in my language it wouldn't be pronounced like this, but I can I think I pronounced it well. I think this is really soft and really, it doesn't have too many different color combinations, even though there are many colors, but it feels really light and white and soft. So I love this combination of stickers, especially the yellow and the pastel pink tones. I think this is so pretty. And especially the bunny in the middle, making the whole point of the spread, it's really pretty. And then we have a spread by Kat, and I think this is just incredible. I've seen this spread a couple of times because she posted on different social networks, on Instagram and our Facebook group, and I think she even posted twice somewhere, and I was like, every time I was so blown away by this spread. I don't know what it is, but it's just, I don't know, ethereal, and just look at it, everyone. I think it's really pretty. All the colors, everything combined so well. I love it. And I like that she added half of the Dutch door here. I think that looks so good too. So pretty. So that is it about the spreads and the little intro that I love to do in every live stream. So next thing is I'm going to show you the stamp. Let me see if the camera is going to focus well. Okay. So this is our stamps from this year, and this is today's one. It's one of the illustrations from the March Wonder Box, and I really wanted it to be included somewhere else except the March Wonder Box, so I decided to use this for the stamp today. I don't know why my camera won't focus well. Let me check. For some reason it's too white, and then this happens. Okay, maybe the brightness can be a little lower, like this. Yeah, I think it's okay like this. So yeah, this is our stamp for today, and you will be getting the link to this stamp at the end of this live stream, after we make today's daily reflection spread. And I have my drink here. I don't know if you can see it so well because the light is not coming from here, but only from here and there. But yeah, I have a green smoothie, and I'm excited to finally drink a green smoothie because I haven't done it in a while. And I should be drinking this smoothie really fast because I always do that, but I don't want to drink it, you know, instantly here in the live stream, so I will try and drink this slower a bit. So just leaving it there. And for today, I actually wanted to already start making my daily reflections, just so I can show you all what I mean by that, and so I can have the sentences if I for any reason forget to write something that I wrote here, because sometimes it's hard to focus, on the live stream, and it's much easier to focus when you're alone with your thoughts and you're writing. Oh my god, it's too bright again. I don't know why. Let me just lower it again. Maybe because of this lamp. I don't know what's causing this brightness to burst like this. I don't know. Do you see it too? Because I can see on my screen that it just instantly goes really bright and white balance is off. So I think, I hope it's not only me. And my camera is not on autofocus. I put the focus on manual just so I can focus on the journal and not focus on my hands or anything. I don't know. We'll have to check on that. Okay, so what are the daily reflections? I used to do a lot of daily reflections before. I do it now too, but especially in some periods of my life, I used to do a lot of these because it just gets a lot easier when you remember to write these reflections. And sometimes if you struggle during the day and you feel really unproductive and overall just unsatisfied of how you approach the day, of how much you've done or how you felt during the day, it can feel really overwhelming, and I think it's really hard to forget. But doing these daily reflections can literally just shift your mindset completely. And it happened to me almost every time I remembered to do a daily reflection. And I think the main problem here is that we forget that there are many tools that we can use when we are not feeling so well, when we are down, or we don't have to feel like really bad, just, unmotivated and feeling down because we don't have any of our plans accomplished or something like that. So I think if we somehow remember to do this, we can make each of our days much better with this. So for example, today I was thinking if I'm going to be productive today and if I will be able to use this example. But today is just the right day for doing these daily reflections for me. So let me see your comments. I will try to I think it looks fine for me. Do you have your... Oh. The setup for today's live is amazing. Thank you. So this is how I would do these kind of spreads, and I'm going to do this today with you. You can make a daily reflection spread with me. So usually during the day, if we are unsatisfied with the outcome by the end of the day, usually we don't notice so many things, and we don't notice so many feelings that we've felt, so many maybe revelations that we've had, and like there are so many things that we just don't focus on, and usually we focus on the bad things when we are feeling down. So I think this method of just stopping for a second and writing in your journal in detail everything that you remember that you felt or done or anything like that, but writing it in a positive way. So I think that if we remember those tiny details that we've done during the day, we will eventually understand that we've actually accomplished a lot of things by the end of the day. Even though if we actually haven't done anything, if we haven't worked much, or we weren't productive at work, or we weren't reading books, and or even we weren't journaling up until then, or we weren't having nice conversations with people, or there are so many things that we can feel down because of that. And I think it's really important at that moment, which for me is today. I woke up pretty unwell physically. I feel like I have a cold a bit, and that also transferred to my mental health, and I thought that I'm not going to do so many things today, and I'm not going to do it in a good and efficient way. So I just walked through the day, and by the end of it, right now at 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m., I feel like I haven't done enough. That's like how I feel, and that's how I feel some days. And at that moment, I think it's really important to just remember what we were doing today. And I wrote here a couple of things that I've actually done today, and I've actually felt today, and maybe overcame today. And after this, I have this feeling like I had the best day, like it's not really easy to remember to just pay attention to the small details. And when we do that, I think our mind can instantly shift into a positive mindset. So for example, I wrote here, and I will try to just move these and then write it with you. So the goal is to write every possible task that we've done during the day. Anything that we can remember, and we should try and remember as much as we can. So it doesn't have to be anything big, it can be just a really, really small thing. And one of those things are, for example, I made a new type of smoothie, which is this one. And when you combine all of those tiny things that you've done, you just notice that you actually done a lot, even though it doesn't look like it, and you can't see it. It's not visible to you, but you can't see that you've made progress, for example. But actually, when you see how many things you've done, you've actually made progress. And I think that's where our understanding of our life actually is, because we always focus on the big things and forget those tiny things, and those tiny things are what makes our life. And being aware of that is for me the most important thing, even though, we always forget. So for example, I wrote here, and I will just write it here again. Everything has to be written in a positive way, so no negative things. Even though if we think that something is negative that we've done or thought about, we should just transfer it into a positive sentence. And I was also thinking that things actually don't have to be visible in order for us to make progress. I think that is really important to have in mind always. And I also see it, especially the last months, that I noticed it a lot, even though I thought about it before. But I'm seeing how there are many things changing in the world and around us, and we are just not noticing so many things. There are so many things that are changing that we are not noticing, and I think that's also happening in this microcosmos of our lives. And I think that's really important, that everything's progressing. We just need to notice that. And whenever we are feeling down because we are not progressing, I think there's a way to actually see all the things that are going in the direct direction of all the things that are actually active. So we are never really passive. So let me just write here. 1. Oh, I will make it closer a bit because I don't see it so well here. So today I focused on my health more. And these sentences don't have to be anything special. You can write however you feel like. Just write it mindlessly. They don't have to be formed perfectly or anything like that. Just write whatever comes to your mind. It doesn't have to look perfect or anything. And my sentences are especially not perfect. So I also wrote here, I bought food that will be easy for my stomach, and I tried my best to eat slowly and intentionally. I noticed that after I write these sentences, and it usually happens sometime in the evening that I make these daily reflections, because I'm just feeling so down and unsatisfied and everything, and then I write this, and it usually so happens that the next few hours before I go to sleep, I become my most productive self for the day, or my most relaxed self for the day. Just after I write this, because I actually get aware of how things function in my life, and I'm not just focused on the negative all the time, but I'm noticing all the patterns, I'm noticing all the things that are not only visible around me, but something that's happening inside and something that's improving inside of me. And that really motivates me, and I just start feeling really good, and I decide to do something that I haven't done the whole day and I didn't really have the motivation to do during the day, and then I just suddenly, become this relaxed and content. Is that the word? Content person. Do you write it in an extra journal or your monthly? Oh, so I forgot to let you know about that, but I decided to just open my blank journal and use the craft page on the left, and I'm going to just copy this page and transfer it into my regular main journal. That's what I usually do. I just usually move all the pages to my main journal, just copy them, because I love to have everything in one place. That's all for journaling, but sometimes I have other journals as notebooks or some other sort of things. Last year I actually had planner and journal separately, so right now I have them all together. And yeah, I wanted to use this craft page to decorate a bit after I write these daily reflections. That's why I chose this. And I also really want to go back to these 2 pages, full 2 pages of the journal, like this, like the regular journal, same as here. Because I've been using the desk setups and the different templates for a while now, and I want to go back to, the standard journal, the standard layouts, so that's why I'm using this one today. But you can of course use anything you want. You can write it on a paper or however you want. You can actually just use your, journal, bullet journal, and add a paper and write these down. But for me, it's really important to just focus on this, and then I will think about decorating or anything else that I want to do if I have time. But after you write this, you can feel really motivated to work on something. So even if you decide to not decorate it, it's fine. So I wrote that I made a nicely decorated meal and I didn't eat too much. And I feel like I'm going in the right direction of being as disciplined as I would like to be. And at the end, for this number one reflection, I also wrote, I feel clean and satisfied with my meals today. I think I've been in a sort of loop with just eating a bit too much and eating some fast food. Even though I eat plant-based food, there are so many fast food things that you can eat. And I wasn't really liking where I was going with what I'm eating, so I wanted to change it a bit. And yesterday and today I wanted to make really clean and intentional meals, so this is what happened today. And there are, many things that can change every day, so for you it doesn't have to be any drastic change in habits. It can be just a little thing like I'm going to write next. So I also wrote, that I lighted the Palo Santo and made a relaxing space for myself. Yes, sometimes I don't decorate and simply journal. Yes, and especially in situations like these where I'm just using my journal to shift my mindset, I think I don't decorate as much because sometimes my creative outlet is actually decorating and not writing anything. But when it comes to these things, I just try to focus on writing completely and not think about any decoration or anything. The most important thing for me is to actually remember the things that I need to remember, and that's my main but that's what my whole mind is focused on. So yeah, if I have time I will decorate later, but this is just the main thing. Even though it's not the same now, because when I was writing this I was in that kind of mindset to really try my best to remember everything, and I'm just rewriting it so it doesn't feel the same completely. I feel like I already have my mindset shift after doing this. And even though I know that this will change my mind, this will change my day completely, I still, at the beginning of writing this, I was not sure. I wasn't sure if it's going to help, if it's going to even help me. I was like, okay, I'm just going to write this, and yeah, maybe it won't help me this time. But it really just does help to remember that the day consists of so many things, and not just the ones that our mind is telling us that it consists of, if you know what I mean. Our mind is constantly telling us things that it's pretty repetitive. Our mind is pretty repetitive, and if we remember to just stop it a bit and search for some other things than the ones that it's always focused on, I think it can be really beneficial. I love this form of intentional living and journaling. I've never tried this as I come from more of the planning side and I'm new to journaling, so this is super helpful to have a lesson on. I hope that you will try doing these daily reflections, and I just want to encourage you to do it your own way. It doesn't have to be focused on anything that I'm writing here. So you can just use anything that you can remember that you felt during the day, you know? It doesn't have to be many accomplishments or something. It can just be, I think I also wrote here, and you will see what else it can consist of. And there are like infinite number of things. When I started writing this, I actually thought that I could continue writing for a couple of pages. So this is not everything that I remembered, because there's just so many things that actually happened during the day. And I don't know, I'm just sad that we always forget. So I love that I have this outlet, journaling, that can really help me come back to myself in a way. So I also wrote, I overcame some of the bad thought patterns that were trying to slip in. Let me see if that's actually the phrase that I should have used. I don't know. Oh yeah, slip in. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So number 3 is going to be that. I thought that I should rewrite it and make it look nice, but now when I look at it, this is not too bad. This is similar. Number 4. Listening to live stream while I do work. I'll do my reflection later tonight. Let me know how it goes. Let me know how the reflection page goes. And let us all know in the Facebook group. I would love to hear your thoughts. And overall, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you do the daily reflections, or do you do it in some other form, maybe? So I then also wrote, I created the stamp for our live stream and thumbnail and prepared the setup for our live. Because sometimes when I think about my day, for example, let's imagine that today is tomorrow and I'm thinking about yesterday. Oh my god, I'm just making it sound so confusing. Like, if I imagine that we had the live stream yesterday, and when I think about the live stream, I just think how I did that. It lasted for an hour and a half, for example, and there's nothing much that happened there. But actually, there's so many things that are involved in preparing the live stream, making the stamp and the graphics and making everything ready, choosing the songs and everything. And my mind just doesn't want to acknowledge it. It just wants to say like, oh, nothing special, I didn't do anything special, just 1.5 hour live stream. But actually, there's so many things that are involved in that. And that's just an example. There are so many things that we do during the day that actually involve a lot of things, and we forget about all those small details. And I think the main point of these reflections is to catch those small details, because they're what's the most important. I write my diary every day. This is basically the way I journal, but I write throughout the day as I think of it. I use the Day One app, then copy and paste it into my digital planner journal the next day. I agree with very similar days. Perception to do nothing. Writing this daily reflection can improve memory to remind of all the tiny and meaningful things done. I do have a list of feelings and choose every day what have been my mood today. I actually made the reminder in my reflection or mindfulness. Yeah, it's called mindfulness app on my Apple Watch, and I set it to remind me every day to track my feelings. But it just reminds me, and sometimes, I'm not ready to write anything or to choose any feelings, so I don't think that's the best way for me to track it. But I think journaling is something that really makes me present and in the moment, so I think this is definitely the best way for me, even though I've tried many ways to do it and to remember to do it. I write my reflections in my bullet journal after I check off my stuff. I posted it before. Love that. It's so true. We often don't get ourselves enough credit. We can be hard on ourselves and forget how much we've accomplished throughout the day. I use Day One too. It's very wordy, so I condense that into short statements that I write in my virtual journal to make it easier to flip through the important events of the week. That's nice. Thank you for sharing your thoughts about this. I was really interested to hear what you think and if you actually do the daily reflections, because I was not sure how many of you actually journal like this, because there are so many times that I just use my journal to vent, to write about how maybe sad I am about something, or how unsatisfied I am about something. And I don't know, I usually just use my journal to even track what happened, but I don't do it in so much detail, and it's just not that beneficial to me. So I think this is really something that works much better. So yeah. That is so interesting to learn how we all journal. Yeah, since I don't really share much of my journals, I blur out the text most of the times, just because, I would love to share sometimes what I actually write, but I think it can be understood in so many ways, and I want to kind of bring value and explain why I'm doing what I'm doing, so that's why I usually just blur the text. But it's really interesting to hear about all of your thoughts. So then we have 4th. Oh yeah, I forgot to write that I created the stamp for a live stream and thumbnail and prepared the setup for a live. It's very personal. Yeah, I think the journaling, I mean, my journal entries are definitely personal, but I think that's not the main reason I don't feel like sharing. I love to share something personal, but I would love to be able to, to have guidelines for why and how and what I'm actually writing. Because sometimes, people can interpret some things differently. So I usually want to have kind of like a direction that someone should go when they're reading something personal or when I'm sharing something personal. I use Day 1 too, and I record a lot of voice entries and video entries. I also archive my daily digital planning pages and other stuff I wrote down in my journal so I get reminded in the coming year. I usually write about what happened that day, some gratitude, sometimes something like a letter of encouragement to my body when I'm needing that. Your self-care kits are helpful, but I love this too. I actually made so many of the products that are actually focused on everything that I'm talking about today. So, just stopping for a second and actually thinking about our innermost feelings and everything. I think it's really important to stop because I feel like there are many layers of ourselves, and sometimes the first layer is stopping us from understanding the other layers below. And when we are not really conscious during the day and just running through the day, it's really hard to actually see those layers below, and with journaling it can all be revealed, which is really interesting that we are able to do it and we don't have to only see the surface of things. This reflection can actually consist of what we are planning to work on tomorrow, even though it's the daily reflection, the reflection of our day. But I think it can be really interesting to add our future plans and our future states that we want to be in, because when we imagine all of that and everything that we want to become and accomplish in the future, it can be just as motivating to work on the now, because you know that there are so many exciting things waiting for you, and then you feel really good in this present moment, which is really beneficial too. So I also write some of the future things that I think are important for tomorrow, or I mean, not important. When I say important things, it doesn't have to be big things, just small little things that we want to work on. And I also wrote some of the prompts here. So these reflections can include a bit of gratitude journaling. Any of these points can be gratitude oriented, so you can definitely just write something that you're grateful for. And basically all of these are something that you're grateful but you can just separate, for example, 3 things that you're grateful for, and just rephrase it in a different way. So one of the prompts that I would use is, for example, emotional check-in. And the prompt would be reflect on the range of emotions you experienced today, identify one emotion that stood out the most, and explore the events or circumstances that triggered it. So if all of this is written in the positive way, it can be really beneficial to, even if we only focus on our emotions, because focusing on emotions can be really hard, and sometimes we can go in this dark circle of things. But if we approach it like this, and if we approach it with a positive mindset, I think it can be really, really beneficial to actually write about emotions in this daily reflections. I actually forgot what I wrote here because they were so mindlessly written, so I'm just reading it again now. Number 5, I wrote, I made a new type of smoothie. And this is really not something special. It's just I added one ingredient that I don't add usually in this combination of ingredients, and it's still something new, and it's still something that made me think how, you know, special the smoothie right now is. So that's why I wrote it. I also wrote, I came up with the idea for a new reel. And this can be anything that's work related for you. So if you're doing something at your job and there's something new that came to your mind, or there's something you found a new way that you could do something, that's something that you can write here. For me, I wrote, I came up with the idea for a new reel, and this is definitely that happens every day. So many times I just come up with so many things, and my main problem is not having enough time for all of it, but or not creating enough time for it. But I think it's really important to acknowledge that we come up with so many things during one day. We I know that there's just an infinite number of things that come to my mind. Like, I could do this, I could do that. And I don't count it at all as something positive, even though it's really great that, you know, our imagination is that big that we can think so many things and come up with so many things. So that's why I wrote this here. And then number 7, I watched some inspiring creators that inspired even more new ideas, artistic expressions, etc. And at the end I wrote, I'm hosting a cozy live stream with a community of creative people. So I have these 8 points and I could go on for like 100 more. Like there's so many things that came to my mind while I was writing this. So, but I just wanted to write it like this to make sure I remember all of these when I'm in the live stream, because sometimes, as I've said, you might not get in that state in certain situations. You need to be in a really open-minded and calm, relaxing atmosphere to try to really focus on all of these things. So yeah, this is what I wrote here, and I will now try to decorate a bit, and that's it. That's it doesn't have to last this long. We are already 1 hour and 10 minutes in the live stream, but I was doing some other things. I wasn't writing this for so long. You can just do this in like 5-10 minutes. It doesn't take much time and it can be really beneficial. So next time you are feeling unmotivated during the day, try to remember to do this. I think it will really change your mind so easily, even though you might think, oh, this will not change anything. I encourage you to just try it. Also, sorry that I'm moving in my chair so much. I just love sitting in different positions all the time. So let's see. We are of course going to use the March Wonder Box to decorate a bit, and then I will be sending you the little freebie stamp. And I would love to include this little stamp here inside of my journal. So just leave it here and see what I'm going to do with it. But it will match really nicely with the March Wonder Box, and maybe I can even use this Dutch door. I could use it on the left side, but I don't know. Let's see how it looks. What? Need to crop it a little bit. Like that. And then maybe just add this somewhere here, and I will put this in the center here. And I would love to just add a bit of highlighters. And I now have all these pens here that I can use, and also all the candles. I haven't done other collections, but I think it's great that I have it here now. And then we can add one of the flowers. Let's try and do this one. I really love how these two colors go together. So that's why I chose this one. I really love how it looks. So maybe just add one flower here. And then this, and I'm definitely going to add something behind the Dutch door. I usually add just one of these cards. And I think this quote, "Change is the only constant in life," goes well with our today's topic and everything we've talked about today. So I'm just adding that, even though I'm not sure if it's going to be completely visible, but I want to add it behind because I know what it is about. And I would love to add something that is maybe I can go into one of these products here. Let me see. I can go into digital journaling kit or self-care kit. But let's see how this looks. I think this color also goes well. I can just add it here, just like that. I don't know. It looks pretty with these colors. And as you can see, I'm going with a more simple look without focusing on being realistic too much, on focusing on realistic objects and all that. I'm trying to make it feel like a proper journal, and you know, without too many things. That's what I'm trying to do. So maybe I can go into one of the self-care kits. I haven't used this one in a while. I used this one, but this one not so long ago. I mean, no, that's not what I wanted to say. I used this one not so long ago, and this one I didn't use for a long time. So let's see if I can find one of these papers that could match. I think maybe no. Oops, I'm seeing this white balance being off again. Maybe I can move this like that. I wanted this color, but this shape is not what I wanted really. Maybe I can just put it behind here, and then oh, I like it like this. I think it's really cute like this. Then I will just move this card somewhere else. I love this with the craft paper. I think it's really pretty. So another one. are those from the March. These stickers here are from the Self-Care Journaling Kit, Volume 1, which is this one. Just adding the butterfly here, and then maybe another one here. And yeah, I don't have to add too many things. I think this can be almost enough. What I like to do is make these little highlight lines. Make it, you know, pretty and realistic. I loved to use this before I started doing realistic stickers. When I just downloaded GoodNotes, I used to do a lot of these highlighter lines and everything, and I think it makes the spread look really realistic, so I love it. And that's actually what I would do in my paper journal, so that's why I use it a lot. And I used to use these dashed lines. I used to do them manually, and now I can just do them easily like this, which is really great. So one of the most fun updates for me, definitely. And especially if you use white color on the craft paper with these dashed lines, I think it's really great. I just need to decide how I want to put them. And I send them to back. And I'm just going to write the date here. Like that. And the last thing is to add one of the pens and one of the candles, and that's it. We will finish our spread. Can't wait to rewatch this one later. Any journal prompt suggestions I have are just in a single random page in the back of one of my bullet journals. It's just a basic list that doesn't look nice. Which one should I choose? I think I could go with maybe just the pencil. But the pencil is not this color and it doesn't look like this. But I think I like having the pencil here. Or maybe one of these that... Oh, this one was one of my most used pens, definitely, so I could add that. This one matches really nicely with this color. Maybe I can go with this one then. Because it's such a great match, I cannot not add it. So like this. And yeah, that's our finished spread. Maybe just adding something here because it's kind of blank. Like maybe one of these, and then I'm just going to write daily reflections here. And yeah, that's it. I think we're done with this page. Just a quick one, and I want to make it look like a really paper journal, like our paper journals. So yeah, I haven't touched my smoothie. I need to drink it a bit now. Okay, so now is the time to send you the freebies for today. Thank you so much for being here, and please stay on the live stream until I send you the freebie. Okay, here's our freebie stamp that you can download. Please let me know, everyone, if you see it and if it works. Craft paper always looks good. Yeah, it always looks so good. It works. Yay. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. And I'm glad that you were able to download your stamp. I'm glad that you can just fill in your awards book. I think it's such a satisfying part of attending the live stream, filling in your awards book. It was so nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. And also, I hope that you're going to make this daily reflection spread. And I hope you're going to share it with us. You don't have to share the things that you wrote. You can always blur everything and not think about sharing any personal details. But I would love to see you make this and actually try it if you haven't tried it before. So please post your spreads to our Facebook group or to Instagram, and just feel free to hashtag Indigo Healer livestream. So I'll just write it here. Or it can be like this. And I'm so excited to see your spreads. Let me just check if I shared everything that I wanted to, and yeah, I think that's it. I will definitely make a reflection page. Thank you for the inspiration and for another stamp. I'm so happy that you are filling in your awards book, Yasmin. I can't wait to see your awards book filled in, like the whole page. I'm not sure if you have it filled in already. Maybe you do. But yeah, mine looks like this right now. And we will see each other in next week's live stream. And next week is also our new Wonderbox release. So we are going to do the April setup together again on the live stream. I wasn't sure if I'm going to do it during the live stream or if I should make a YouTube video. But since our next live stream is on the day of the release, I will just have to I will have to share my bullet journal setup with you in the live stream, so we're going to do that next week. By the way, is this the BUJO journal? The journal that I used is actually, yeah, the BUJO journal. It looks like this in the cover page, and it's a blank journal that you can use with your Soft Echoes bullet journal or separately, but I usually use it together with my main journal, which is this one. I hope you had a nice time today, and I hope that you are feeling motivated now to work on something, if it's in the middle of the day for you, and if it's night, I hope that tomorrow when you wake up you will feel fresh after completing this mind exercise. And see you everyone in the next one. Bye.